This is exactly why you don't give the ugly motherfucker a chance. Not saying that he's ugly, but Julie thought he was fugly. She was not attracted to him. And you see how they do you? I was genuinely shocked by this. I thought their love story was so cute. The fact that she wasn't attracted to him, he was so patient with her. They slept in separate rooms and their love really seemed to grow and blossom. But that's what they say, you guys. They say a bad bitch can't give a motherfucker a chance. You know, they say don't date beneath you. If you give the one that's a little lower than what you want a chance, they gonna shit on you harder than the fine ones. And look, prime example. Let's get into the Love is Blind France reunion because my jaw was on the ground where all of the couples are now. Now, I do think the host missed the mark on a lot of things. They left a lot of things unanswered. They kind of just covered the big topics. And I'm like, what about the little shit? Us here in America, we need to talk about the little shit. But can we start here? Because what in the entire fuck, you guys, on the USA seasons, we're at least used to them staying married past the reunion. We might only get one fucking wedding, but them bitches are staying married for a certain amount of time. And I think that's due to their contract. But in these foreign countries, they don't give a motherfucker fuck. They will divorce your ass within weeks, months. It's like marriage ain't a thing. Is it real? Are their weddings real? Are their marriages real in the other countries? Because ain't no way you're just like, divorce, smorsh, who cares, you know? Now, the reunion did not have any dubbing, so I did have to read it, and it took a while because they talk fast. I had to pause and be like, and he said what now? And you did what now? And you, huh? You mean to tell me you moved this woman into your house just to kick her out a month later because you needed space? I'm not sure that's how marriage works. I'm not sure you can like get married and then want the space, especially when it's been a month. It's not like it's been 10 years, okay? And the host just hopped, skipped, and jumped over the fact that he was doing what now? 4 days after the wedding, he was messaging a girl. In what context? Was it a friend? Was it an ex? What were they talking about? Did Julie see the message? Like, what the fuck? The host just like, boop, she said that and they were like, boop, didn't even ask any follow-up questions. I have fucking questions. Julie, come on the pod. There seemed to be a huge discrepancy over why they broke up and we really didn't get an answer to it. Like, he asked for a divorce through text. He's saying that the space wasn't him breaking up with her, but she's saying that it was, that at first she refused to leave and then she gave him the space and then he didn't answer her calls and then he wasn't answering her text messages and then he broke up with her through a text message. Like, we really didn't get no answers. She was clearly very upset. He seemed really over it. You could tell there was still a lot of emotion there for her. There was still a lot of love there for her. When the host was like, do you think you could work it out? He's like, no. He just hopped in. He didn't even let her fucking finish. No. He said something along the lines like he needs somebody that respects marriage more. And like, to her point, like, I've been who I've been this entire time. Like, I didn't change. Like, we've seen a glimpse of their discrepancies, like that one night at dinner where she was like a little more like passionate in her words and he's very passive. He seems like a very passive guy. So it seems like if you raise your voice or if you are talking very firm, you could spook him. You could spook the guy. I mean, who wants that? Like, grow some motherfucking hair on your chest. He says that she doesn't respect marriage and like kind of alluded to the fact that like she's mean to him. And it's like, I would like some more context. Again, I would have liked the host to ask for an example. What was going on in your marriage that you felt like you couldn't work past? Where do you feel like she was being mean to you or rude to you or disrespectful to you? You can tell that Julie has a very strong personality, but you could tell that in the pods. You could tell that during the dating phase. You say no. You don't, like, what is with people saying yes to marriage just to try it out? Like, bitch, this is not a free trial. This is not a 30-day trial. Like, this is forever, or it's supposed to be. Like, I really expected them to be the couple that lasted. I knew Alexander and Chloe wasn't going to work out, but we will get there. To her point, I thought they were going to be announcing a pregnancy. So I'm shocked. And it seemed like it happened very, like, it's like they get married and then very shortly after the weddings, they're like, never mind. These marriages cannot be real. They cannot be legally binding weddings. Like, there's just no way. What did you guys think of this? Also, do you guys think he wore this suit on purpose? Because why else would you wear a red or a green velvet suit? Like, you had to be trying to give Elf. Like, maybe Sabrina and Sarah and what was that other girl's name? Thomas's girl. Her name is slipping my mind when they said Elf. Maybe they was on to something because, like, I I see a resemblance. That's all I'm saying. I just want to know who you were texting, sir. Am I surprised? No. Did I see this coming? Yes. But my question is, why did you say yes? You should have said no. Now, Alexander is one of those ones that simply said yes because his family was there and he felt pressured to. It was so obvious that it was a no, but I think because his grandmama flew in town, he felt obligated to say yes. Very weird behavior considering these marriages are supposed to be real. Now, again, I do feel like the host dropped the ball in a lot of the lines of questionings. Like they were just trying to get the main points because I don't even know why these two broke up, when these two broke up, how long they've been broken up. Well, they're separated. They're not officially divorced, but basically it's like, I thought I was going to start to like her more and like I didn't. What? He definitely said he loved her, right? Like we heard him say it on camera that he loved her. He didn't say it at the wedding, which red flag. And it was very obvious that she liked him way more than he liked her. So for him to get on this public platform, public stage and be like, yeah, I thought I was going to like her more and it just never happened. Okay, mountain boy, like just go on. Just go on. She still seems so smitten with him. She still seems so nice to him. They seem to be in a really good space, which I guess, like, he embarrassed you on TV, but like, I guess, you know. And when she was like, you have to like love yourself before you can love anybody else, I thought she was talking about her motherfucking self. I honestly did. I thought she was talking about herself. I thought that maybe after watching the season, she maybe reflected on how he treated her or how it looked of like her just being so patient and just kind of desperate. I hate to use the word desperate, but just desperate for his love, desperate for his attention, desperate for him to want her, desperate for him to choose her. And like watching that back, I can imagine that like not feeling the best because she's gorgeous. Like she doesn't have to chase down anybody or force anybody to want to be with her, which is what she was doing with Alexander, which that's why I was surprised he said yes. I was like almost certain he was going to say no. And she was even like, like, that he said yes to her. And it's like, that should never be how you feel on your wedding. So it's like, when did things go to shit? Like how shortly after the wedding did things go to shit? Did you guys move in together? Did you guys ever make it to the fucking mountains? Like what happened? They still talk to each other all the time. Her family still asks about him. Like, okay, but like, and I think they asked if they were dating anybody, did they? And they both said no, but like separated but no longer together. So no fucking couples made it. Like we had 2 marriages and 2 divorces by the reunion, which is so insane to me because in the US versions, like this doesn't happen. We've never had this happen. And like this is now UK and France where this happened, where they're just divorced within weeks, months from the wedding. It's like, what did you guys think of them at the reunion? Were you shocked by this or did you guys kind of like expect it? Let's talk about the rest of the couples at the Love is Blind France reunion. What the fuck even happened here? Again, the host dropped the ball. They didn't cover a lot of things. Did Yannick meet Tatiana's son? Yes, he did actually, because I have insider tea. What happened at the perfume date? What happened at the prenup appointment? What were his thoughts on the way that her mother spoke to him? They kind of answered that. But again, there were so many things that needed to be covered between these two that I feel like didn't even scratch the surface. What ultimately broke you guys up? Tatiana seemed very, very bitter. Yannick seemed very, very calm. Once again, she was speaking over him. She was talking over him. She wouldn't let him get a word out. So once again, we don't really know his thoughts on the situation. She kept saying she needed action. What kind of action? What are you talking about? What do you mean when you say action? These are questions that I would have asked as a host. Say that he's living in a fairy tale land or a fallacy or whatever language she was using, and you need action. Well, what action wasn't Yannick providing? Like, because to me, it really seemed like, obviously, I don't know if you guys caught my video on Yannick, but there was a lot of his story left out, like a lot of details about his business, about his finances, about his living situation, as to why he couldn't just up and move with Tatiana. I'm not sure if that's what she means by action. Considering this experiment is a very fast-paced experiment, I would expect that you have to know that your partner just can't uproot their life in the matter of months. Like, there has to be a compromise. Of course, married people should live together. There should be a plan to live together. But because this is an experiment that is not traditional, it's not the traditional way you meet somebody, you would expect that there is going to be a gray area of living for a while. You have to give people time to adjust their lives, their schedules. I don't know. That's what it seemed like to me. But again, we didn't really get a lot of clarity. She was just saying action. And he was just saying, basically, I feel like we could have worked it out because we loved each other and we had something great. And there was a lot of passion there. Mama calling the kid baggage. And I like that he clarified and was like, ma'am, I would never call a kid baggage. They're full of love. Kind of sort of covered like the way his mom spoke to her, but not really. They didn't cover their biggest discrepancy, which was this 50-50 talk, the prenup talk. Like, they didn't ask shit. It was almost like, not to offend y'all host or nothing out there, like, I'm not trying to be rude because they are a lovely, beautiful Black couple. Maybe hosting's not their thing, but it was almost like they were like, oh, are you guys still together? No. Oh, do you guys want to get back together? No. Are you guys dating anybody? No. Okay, cool. Bye. Like, social media seems to think you were a broke boy, Yannick. Do you have a job? Social media seems to think that you wanted to be a 50-50 man. Can you clarify? Social media seems to think that you didn't want to compromise and live with her son. Like, tell us more about that. Like, or like compromise for her son. Tell us more about that. And it's like, they didn't discuss a lot of things like location and stuff in the pods. Like, he didn't find out what she did until after the pods. She did know what Yannick did. They never showed that on TV. Again, a lot of gaps, a lot of holes. They kind of just covered if they were together, if they still talk, if there's still hope, and if they're dating. Like, Tatiana is still single. I don't think they asked Yannick if he was dating, but maybe we'll have him on the pod and we can ask him questions ourselves, because I feel like we didn't get any answers. They both seemed very over it and moved on, but again, no real answers. What did you guys think of them at the reunion? Even brought up her other connection, Gayen, however you say his name, the one that was removed for trying to get freaky in the freaking hotel rooms of the Love is Blind. I didn't know, which crazy to me is that the way he explained it was that they were out at a restaurant and basically met some girls and he tried to bring a girl back with him to the hotel. Like, they're supposed to be in an isolated, secluded experiment. What the fuck are y'all doing out at a restaurant? They don't let them do that here in the pods in the USA version. They keep their asses locked up. That's probably why they keep getting sued. Anywho, it's only 10 days. Like, it's only 10 days. His excuse was so stupid. Like, oh, I knew I was going to leave, so I was just like, F it. Like, if you knew it was going to leave, then tell production that you're going to leave, and then at least bring the girl back to a hotel room that you paying for. Oh, cheap, broke ass bitch. Like, what the fuck you bringing her back to a hotel room you ain't even paying for? That Netflix is paying for. Anywho, that was that. The rest is history, as he said. They didn't even talk about Tatiana and Thomas. She had a connection with Thomas. They didn't even mention that. Did they try to connect? Did they try to date? Did they try to pursue anything? No, their connection just dropped off the face of the fucking earth. Like, so many holes, so many gaps, so many things unanswered. Everything's just sunshine and rainbows with the last two couples of Love is Blind France. I don't buy it. We're just not gonna bring up the fact that she was a complete psychopath. She seems like a very changed person. I will give her that. She seems healed. She seems zen. She seems at peace. Or she seems like she's seen what everybody was saying online about her and she decided to change her motherfucking tune. But we're just not gonna bring up the massive fight that they had in front of the whole cast. We're not gonna bring up the fact that she accused him of liking Kim. We're not gonna bring up the fact that she called all of his exes whores, or the fact that she asked him if he had female fucking patients, or the fact that his sister could sense that she was a complete psychopath. Like, we're just not gonna address any of some of the biggest moments of their story. We're just gonna ask them if they dated after, and that's it. Okay, they didn't date. They said that they were gonna date. They didn't date. I think it was quite obvious that they weren't going to date. Oh, it just fizzled out. You know, when you don't nurture something, you know, it fizzles out. Like, it was very PR. It was very poised. It was very cute. Oh, I'm so happy she's dating somebody. I'm not dating anybody. Like, I don't buy it. Hell, they didn't even ask why he didn't invite her to the little birthday party that he went to. Was it a boys' night? Was it just for boys? Were couples invited? Like, you know, you said you spent the night at your mom's house. Like, we didn't get shit. We didn't get shit. Same with these two. Everything's peaches and fucking rainbows, I guess. All of a sudden they have banter. All of a sudden they just have such a quirky, cute relationship. Because what I seen on the couch, I was like, oh, this is cute. Like they seem like they actually get along. Whole time it seemed like you fucking hated him this entire season. Also, really like the teeth. They look really, really good. The host just like kept it so surface level. If you're together, if you try to date, and if you're dating other people. We didn't talk about some of their biggest moments. What the fuck was that girl talking about? That you had a girl before coming into the experiment? We're just not going to bring that up. We're not going to get any clarity. We're not going to dig deeper on that. We're not going to bring up all the stuff that's going around about Thomas on social media. The only answers that we got out of this was that she did in fact try and date Clément. And he basically said he got hoes in different area codes now. And he not ready to settle down. Then why were you on Love is Blind? Okay? He said the bitches is flooding in my DM and I'm out here hooping, bitch. I don't got time for no Kim. I don't got time to settle down. Like, what's up, everybody? What's up, Paris? What's up, hoes? Like, he basically said, I'm trying to be a hoe. I'm out here in these streets. Like, the show has got your boy up. And I'm taking full advantage. Like, okay, at least he's honest, I guess. Honestly, we all knew that these two were not going to get married, but it honestly seemed like to me they were broken up before the wedding. Like they knew that they weren't going to get married. And it's almost like both of these couples were like, hey, the reunion's tomorrow. Can we act like we're cool? Like, let's just go on there and say a bunch of nice shit about each other and just keep it really cute because Kim's already getting her ass dragged up and down this internet. So is Sabrina. So it's like, hey, Van Mai, how about I won't tell the world that you're actually an asshole or you actually aren't who you pretended to be on the TV. Not saying that that's the case. I'm just making up drama in my head because this is how I imagined things went. Hey, I'll keep it cute on the reunion if you keep it cute on the reunion. Yeah, say I wasn't as bad as like what it looked like on camera. Yeah, okay. And it seemed like the same thing happened with them. Hey, yeah, Kim here. I'm getting dragged up and down the internet. Like, I will give you X amount of dollars to just say that I'm not as snooty. I'm not, I'm actually really nice. I'm really funny. They even made a joke about that. That she paid him to say that. Again, on the reunion, they had really good banter. They actually seemed like a couple that could work. Maybe that was a glimpse of moments that we weren't seeing. But I don't know. I don't buy it that these two couples were just super duper like cutesy. Really, really disappointed in the fact that they did not even bring up all of Sabrina's crazy moments. Like they just put them to the wayside. But she does seem changed. She does seem healed. That or she hired a PR team and they told her what to say. I've learned watching myself back. I'm so embarrassed. I've learned lessons and now I apply them in new relationships. Like, yawn.